Hello, hello.
Ok, nada más ahí sí nos apoyan.
Okay, event confirmed. He's able to hear us. Oh. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is the demo day of batches 1183 and 1184. 1183 is a full stack web development batch. This is a bootcamp, the program that they just learned. And the batch 1184 is data science, okay? So before anything, I want to thank you all for joining us, for being supportive with your families, your friends, your boyfriend, girlfriend, because I was telling my students the other day that is an effort that you all did, because there is from one another way, you all supported the students, right? Being supportive with them, being like there for them when they were stressed, when they were annoyed, tired of the program, because it's a very intense program, right? So I want to thank you all for being there, for all the students, and for my students, thank you for being this compromise with the program. It's been a long 6 months. I know that you have learned a lot, but believe me, this mindset that you just acquired, this problem solving skills that you just learned, it's not going to help you only for coding, but to any kind of normal life issue that you can have day to day, right? So I cannot tell you how proud and how happy I am for everyone and each of you. Thank you for all the compromise again. And I believe that if you look back at how you were 6 months ago, you can notice how much you have changed, how much you have growth, and how much you have learned, right? So thank you for trusting in Wagon, for helping us, for helping you to learn how to code, how to program, how to do data science, how to do backend, frontend, etc. And well, I hope that now that you are part of the Wagon family, that you can be with us in all the future events, because the network here in Wagon, it's huge. You never know in which barbecue you are going to meet your next partner, business partner, or your next employer. I don't know. You know, this is one of the features that you are that you have access now for being part of the Lewagon community. Okay, so thank you again, and I'm gonna give the word to Mariana so she can introduce you for those who aren't in the Lewagon community. For instance, the parents, the family members, the couples that are here. So if anyone is interested, or if anyone can recommend someone that he or she can join our programs, she can give us a little information of what we provide. Okay.
Cool, great. Thank you, Fernando, for this kind introduction. And well, amazing. Well, for those who are online, you can't see, but we have a very interesting audience here that are supporting also all you students that are going to present. So we are super excited just for being here with all of you, and also for our online audience. So yeah, I'm gonna try to give a short introduction. I know most of you know what those Le Wagon is, but well, just if some of you don't know, Le Wagon started in France in 2014, and it's been recognized as a #1 coding bootcamp worldwide. This recognition has been by these two platforms, Code Report and Switch Up Report. These two platforms recollect all the reviews or experiences that of different bootcamps, not only Le Wagon. So they recollect the experiences of different graduates. So it's very interesting just to take a look of these platforms and discover like different bootcamps that exist. And we are super thankful because our graduates, they gave us a very nice review. So yeah, that's something super important. And worldwide, we are 21,000 graduates. So yeah, it's like an amazing international community. So you will see, like, well, our students, current students, they are now in Slack. The Slack is like a communication channel that we have, and you can connect with all the graduate teachers, staff that are working in Le Wagon. So it's very interesting if you just want to look for someone working in Bali or Germany or whatever. It's very nice. And Le Wagon, as you know, we are super focused in coding. So we have mainly these bootcamps in data science and web development, at least here in Mexico and Latam. But soon we're going to have data analytics and data engineering. So it's going to be very nice. And what we really like in Le Wagon, as you can see in the screen, we are super focused on practice. Our students are, we have now 420 startups launched by our students. So it's very interesting, this. And yes, we are super focused on practice. You don't only learn how to code, you also learn how to develop a digital product. And when you finish, you can see it's when are you going to watch in these presentations and demo days. So it's going to be amazing. And okay, this is the information related of our bootcamps. We have two modalities: full-time modality that it lasts 2 months, and also data science. No, both of those those bootcamps, you can take it in full-time or part-time. So the project that we're gonna watch here, it's gonna be the part-time project. So it's gonna be super interesting also. And here are the apps, some examples of apps that have been developed by our graduates and also the startups. And who is to this our bootcamp? Well, you have the reference of your friends that are going to present the demo days here, but we don't have like a particular profile of students that decided to take the bootcamps. Most of them, they are deciding to change career. So this is amazing and very brave. So yeah, as well, you can see Pedro. It's also a graduate of the campus here in Mexico City, and he studied international trade, and then she's now working for a tech company. It's a French company too, and he's working remotely. So it's very interesting also, his testimony. And something also, we have this partnership. The partnership is with Banco Interamericano de Desarrollo and also Quotanda. So we are launching this program or campaign to support more women in tech. This is super important for us to make part more women in this tech world. So also you can scan the QR, and we will share the link later on in the chat for those who could be interested in this program. Okay. So, after this introduction, we are ready to listen to the project. So I hope all of you are ready and super excited as we are. So, Per, if you want to introduce the first team.
Sure. Okay. First of all, before introducing the teams, I want you all to be very attentive to what the students are going to present you. Why? Because this is the application. It's a real application that you can actually enter in internet in your devices that you bring with you right now. So just think on that for a second, and they developed an application. Okay. So I just want you to be very depending on the features that they are going to explain you, because you have, perhaps you did because you saw them while they were coding this. So, but you have no idea of the amount of effort and all the, just the effort that it required for them in order to be able to code these awesome applications. And I couldn't be prouder for them. So, thank you all for your attention. Let's give a warm welcome to you. Cesar, nice to see you. How have you been? It's all good, man.
Hey, I just remember your birthday is around the corner, right?
Yeah, it's next week, and we're having a party. You should stop by.
Oh, thanks for inviting. What should I bring?
That's the thing, man. Like usually when I get gifts, like my birthdays or Christmas, like I just get whatever people brings. Like it can be on the wrong size or maybe the same gift. So whatever you want.
Last week I spoke with Anna. She created an app in which you can create the list, you can select the gift that you really want, and even you can ask ChatGPT to give you some ideas. Do you want to look it up?
Sure, let's check it out. What's the website's name?
It's giveme.com.mx. You can see them now. The only thing that you need to do here is just to look for this person email. Like here, this is Anna, and we can see their list.
Oh, she has 3. Why don't we check the birthday one?
Sure, let's see it.
Nice. Wait, are those trip to Singapore, a boot camp? This gift list is crazy.
Yeah, I know. She went a little high bar with her. Luckily for me, I already select one. As you can see, it's no longer available slot. I think you can afford something from here. So,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this part, but it's okay.
do you want some help in creating your list?
Sure.
Look, here you only input your email, your password, and something very important is you select some categories here.
Okay. From those, I like sports, I like tech, and movies.
Okay, we create your account, and there you go. So the first step that you need to do here is to create a list. So let's begin. New list, birthday, and August the 10th, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's see, project X, and it's a birthday list. There you go, you're all set.
Nice. Very easy, but how can I share it with my family and friends?
You can share this QR code. You all here are welcome to try it, but you also can have a link to access it.
Nice, very easy. But why don't we create a gift first?
Yeah, so otherwise you will see nothing. Let me add something. What would you like to get?
Shoes from Adidas.
Okay, white ones, size 11. And do you remember where you saw your shoes?
These shoes, I was walking down the mall at Perisur and I saw them.
Okay, pretty sure. And I have a picture of the shoes that probably can help someone select it. Here. There you go.
Nice. List.
Sorry, I forgot about the birthday list. There you go.
Oh, it's so cool. Hey, but how about that ChatGPT thing you told me?
Oh, right. I almost forgot it. You go to the beginning. Here you can have some ideas. Check it out.
Nice. Okay, ChatGPT is giving me all of this because of the suggestions.
Yeah, the ones that you select at the beginning, those are the ones that it's filled in this page.
Okay, I like that watch. Can we add them to the list?
Sure, let me take it. Here, list. There you go. 2 gifts already.
Nice, very nice. But and what else? What else can I do on this website?
I strongly recommend you to go and see the blog. It's very, very nice to see some ideas of what's coming to give something.
Nice, it's a very cool blog. Well, I'm about to start adding some more gifts to my list. So thank you, Cesar, and appreciate the help. And I'll see you next week.
Yeah, don't forget to share the QR list with your loved ones.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Does anybody have any questions for Cesar or Gerardo about their applications?
You can scan the code. It will take you to some list.
About their experience with the application.
Yeah. Running to use it, like share with our friends.
Yeah, you can. Set it right.
So you said it's integrated with ChatGPT. Are you using ChatGPT for?
The expert will be Anna. I don't know if we can present her.
Just turn off your microphones, please.
Can you just repeat the question a little bit louder because I couldn't listen? Please. Maybe Gerard or Cesar, can you please repeat the question?
Or, I mean, did you use the API from ChatGPT 4 or are you using ChatGPT 3?
The 3.5 Turbo ChatGPT, and we connected it with the eBase API too.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. Does anybody else? Nope. Okay. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Lisette. You're awesome.
Good.
Listo. Hello, we are Team Glide. We are Adrian, Blanca, Jazz, and Amara, and we built this app. ¿Listo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Blanca.
Hi, Adrian. How have you been?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I actually called you because I have good news. I became a digital nomad recently, and I'm looking forward to move to a different city in Mexico. And you're the expert on that. You're the digital nomad.
Awesome. Actually, you come to the right person. Remember Jazz from the Wagon Bootcamp?
Yeah, I remember her.
Well, she built this app. It's called Glide. It's for digital nomads to share their experience and key metrics of living in the city to other travelers. So decisions can be made easily for living in a city in Mexico or in the world. Let's take a
Oh,
look.
yeah, let's take a look at it.
As you can see, the value proposition is very clear. Discover your new city, live where you want, right? If you scroll down, you can see a little bit more detail about it. But once you are looking for a city or your next location to live in, you can browse by locations, the map, or you can browse by cities.
Okay.
Let's take a look. As you can see, there's a lot of locations raised by digital nomads in this continent. And you can also browse by cities, by city name. I believe you want to live in Mexico.
Yeah, I want to live in Mexico. Let's look at cities.
Let's see what's in the menu. Well, we have Mexico City, we have Monterrey, Oaxaca, Guadalajara. What city do you like?
I like to look at Mexico City.
Awesome. Well, now that you are inside Mexico City, you can see living expenses, connectivity metrics, and some quality of living metrics, right?
Okay.
You can also explore neighborhoods if you scroll down. Of all these neighborhoods, in my experience, I would suggest Juarez.
Okay, let's look at Juarez.
Okay. Now, what you are seeing here is metrics specific of this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. It's
Right.
quite expensive to live there.
Yeah, it's well, all of Mexico City is quite expensive, but trust me, it's really worth it.
Okay. Here, there's a location created.
Yeah, actually, I lived nearby Ángel de la Independencia, and I'm about to write a review about the
Yeah.
experience. If you can help me out, it will take a minute.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so what do you want to write about Ángel
Actually, I
Independencia?
love living in Juarez. It was very connected, many restaurants, a lot of nightlife options. It was very pet friendly. And
Okay,
actually, I got a photo of me at the club,
okay, let's
me
upload
and
that
my peers.
photo. Okay, how much does the meal cost?
It was about 30, yeah. Coffee, rent cost, it was expensive, but not that much. Beer, it was $10.
Okay,
Okay.
what is
And
this?
the quality of living metrics go from noise level, safeness, internet speed, family friendliness, pet friendliness, and how many restaurants are in this location, and how many options for shopping are in this location. And a plus is if you like to pour maple syrup on your pancakes, you can check if there's a dealer nearby to share to the other
Oh,
travelers.
that's pretty useful. I need maple syrup all the time.
And last but not least, we have the mobility metrics. If there's metro nearby, bike, bus, or Uber.
Okay,
Finally, let's take a look at the review and hit create review.
awesome. So we have it right here.
Yeah.
Right. I wonder, is Chihuahua my hometown? A location in Glide?
I don't,
Yet?
I don't know, but let's create it. It will take half a minute.
All right. So let's create a location for um very pretty street in Chihuahua. It's called Paseo Bolivar. The city is Chihuahua. Neighborhood would be downtown Centro. Let's name it just Paseo Bolivar. Okay. Oh, sorry. Ah.
As you're creating a location, address, name, neighborhood, and city, you can add which type of location it is. If it's a public space or a private space, and you can put the living expenses inside of them.
Okay. So it's the street. So it's a public space and it's the street. And I'm gonna add a picture too. And I'm gonna create it. So here we have it. No reviews. I'll need to write some so it's not empty.
Yeah, you are the expert in Chihuahua, so please share your reviews with more travelers so they can live in Chihuahua.
Well, this seems like a great option to look for places to live. Thank you,
How
Adrian,
can
for
you live
showing me.
anywhere? You may guess. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Jazz is our front end expert here, and she is the creative artist behind the
UI,
front
yeah.
end.
Yeah, we look for some other places, other sites that are offering some travel sites. We found that blue and orange are the more used colors, and they are complementary also. So we decided to use them, and we wanted to do it very clear because it has to be very easy to use. Yeah. No? So that's why it is very minimalist.
It was very useful to build the UI kit before going to front end. It
Yeah,
was
we did it in Figma first, and then we translate to the code HTML and CSS.
Good question. Thank you.
Nice. Anybody else have any question regarding any feature or maybe process?
And I'm not usually come like to Latin America. So is there like a feature of security or something like that?
A feature of security?
Yeah, and I hope
first already.
the CVEs.
Yeah, when you create a location and you create a review for that specific location, let's say a flat or a house, there's a, a, a quality of living metric, as we call it, as it is safety
Safety
level.
level.
It's from 1 to 5.
Yeah. And
Right.
it's so for a city, you have an average of that, of all the reviews. That's the average of safety perceived by the users.
Perceived, but not for you, like a municipality.
You can create a location. Well, for now, we only have cities,
Mhm.
but
Neighborhoods.
maybe soon we can have neighborhoods and we can have municipalities too, grouped by that.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, I'd love to know
Peter.
where's your data hosted? Did you set up a database, or are you using like a CSV file with your data? How did you set up that?
Okay, the set it is stored in it is up in Heroku, but we work hardly on a DB to fill in the locations, so to have 41 locations for today.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you. It's just because that's what I've been yeah, doing and whatnot, so that's why I asked. Since it's like a full stack app,
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It's awesome.
Gracias.
Okay, perfect. So, next, we are going to proceed with the data science teams. Okay, so let's start. Here we have skin cancer detection. So in this team, all the members are online. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So all the members are online. So let me give them the. Let me confirm with them that they are in the link. Give me just 1 second, and we will proceed. Okay. Mariana, do they have a space to join? To oh, perfect. We have Ricardo and this. Hi guys, how you doing?
We're great, thank you.
Perfect. The other person is Leonardo, right? Okay, is he joining or?
Yes, he's joining.
Mariana, do you know if he's requesting access? Okay, give us a minute. It's just that she has to give him access to StreamYard and, you know. Okay, perfect. Hey, Leonardo, how are you doing?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn the volume of the TV now. Okay. Hello, guys. Can you say something so we can hear you?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Good.
Perfect. So, well, as the presentation says, skin cancer detection, I actually found this project very challenging, not because of the fact of what they are trying to accomplish here, but for the amount of data that they have to use and the logic that they have to use in order to be able to use personal computers to process all that data. Because for all the information that they use for this application, normally an EC2 instance in a cloud-based server is needed. But in this case, they did it so well that they are able to run this application in a web instance. Okay, so let's give it a clap for skin cancer detection. We have Desira, Ricardo, and Leonardo.
Thank you, Fernando. So I'm going to show my screen. So why?
Oops. You're muted, Ricardo.
Give us a second, guys. We will be back with this here in a few minutes. Ricardo, yeah, you're muted. I'm seeing that you're talking. Not sure if you're talking to
Okay.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we wait a little for the Sarah because I think she logged out. She's back. Can you give them the permission to?
Thank you. Perfect.
Thank you. ¿Ya pueden ver la pantalla?
Perfect.
Yes, thank you. So, hi, good afternoon. Welcome to our skin cancer detection AI. Due to the model complexity, this classification prediction takes some minutes to finish. So I'm going to load a skin image whose lesion cancer is suspicious. To use the API, you can see my screen.
Give us a second. Okay, just a quick question. This you are using the present button, right? Okay. Give us a second.
Okay, I think she's having some internet connection. Let me try to share my screen.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Okay, can you see it?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Ricardo. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We're the skin cancer detection team. We're going to start with the idea of why the project was created in first place. So go ahead, Leo, please.
Okay. Yes. So basically, the idea of our project, what we wanted to achieve was to be able to build a model that could classify skin cancer or skin damage images into 7 different diseases, but also help patients to decrease diagnosis time and also medical costs. So these are the 7 different diseases that our model is able to predict. But among these 7 diseases, the most critical one is the one called melanoma, which is like the worst skin cancer disease. And also, we would like to introduce you to the normal process that people needs to go through when they need to get a skin cancer diagnosis. So first, they will need to go to an initial clinical evaluation performed by a general physician. After that, they will need to go to a specialist evaluation, this time performed by a dermatologist. Take some skin images, special skin images with a device called dermatoscope. Then also take some skin samples of the affected area in order to make a pathological analysis of those samples. And at the end, all this information is evaluated or analyzed by another specialist, in this case, dermatological oncology. And the last step is all this information gathered from these previous steps is also assessed and evaluated by the first dermatologist, and he's the one making the final diagnosis. So, as you can see, this a long process, also a painful process, and it can take, in average, 1 month, even more. And as you can imagine, this time can play a critical role for early detection or for early treatment, and so it's critical to have time. And also the average cost of all this whole process, it's around $1,000. So in conclusion, yes, we want to help patients, but also we want to support the medical community, uh, specifically in steps 4, 5, and 6 in the decision making. We think that our model could support them in order to take faster the decisions and reduce the number of laboratory analysis.
Okay. To give you more context about the model creation, we used a data set from Kaggle of 10,000 dermatoscopic images, and we used a deep learning approach employing convolutional neural networks using TensorFlow and Keras pre-trained architect models that we train in Google Colab. We actually needed to do more than 100 experiments to conduct on the final dense layers of this model to get to the best model. Once we get to the best model performance, we actually try also data augmentation and smoke techniques to balance the weights on the data set because there were some under balance and overbalance classifications there. And lastly, we use Docker and Google Cloud Run to deploy the model in the cloud. And the API was designed and uploaded to Streamlit. And all these components are now in GitHub repositories. To use the API that we will share it at the end, you just need to upload a skin image and wait to the prediction. And well, for the results and to give you more context about the benefits of this, according to Nature and some medical oncology journals, the average diagnosis accuracy of a dermatologist range between 71 and 76% only by using the dermatoscopic imaging alone. And with further laboratory studies, this accuracy increases by 10%. This means that our tool could give them some kind of guidance on what type of laboratory studies needs to be performed or the type of disease that the patient may have, because our model with the best combination achieve an accuracy of 78.43% of accuracy, that it's greater than the average accuracy in doctors. So to get to this accuracy and to get to this best model combination, we use these parameters, including the using of the Inception ResNet V2 architecture model. And we would like to actually share this algorithm with hospitals and medical units with the purpose to test this model in real performances, and while fitting the model with new dermatoscopic images to improve its prediction to help more patients and the community, in the doctor community. So I'm going to share you how this API works. I'm just going to browse a file. I have here some images for test. We can take whatever now we have here, and we just need to wait. It usually takes like 2 minutes, the waiting, because it's a heavy model. We actually got like 1 month to do it, and that month we were making experiments, try and error experiment, so we can have the best model performance. So we just need to wait a little.
Ricardo, if you want, I can share my screen because I uploaded an image earlier, so I have already a prediction.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. So let me know, guys, if you can see the screen now. I just uploaded an image, just as Ricardo did, some 1 minute ago, maybe. And so the model analyzes the images and the image and compares with the training that we did, and now returns a prediction. So in this case, melanocytic nevi.
Yes, and well, that melanocytic nevi is actually one step before melanoma, so it's critical to see a good diagnosis on time to make a good treatment to avoid cancer development. So, uh, can you go to the credits, please? So these are the team members. It's Desira, Leon, and I, Ricardo. There are the available the source information from Kaggle and are the papers that we use to sustain our results. Thank you very much, and we would like to make a special thanks to the Wagon teachers to give us all the support and knowledge that we have now.
Awesome presentation, guys. I'm sure that this tool will help us, well, the medical community, in order to have a better and more accurate diagnosis on skin cancer. So please keep developing it. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
so our next team. Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Does anybody have any question regarding this application? Like,
I'd love to, but they did it so well that I have the time and have none. So thank you very much for your work and presentation. Need to have a coffee in order to
yeah,
chat with you and follow the questions.
right. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't have to be a question, perhaps a comment, a compliment, something that you want to say to Ricardo, to Leonardo, to this, anything? No?
Are you in Mexico City? I'd love to have coffee with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in different cities, but we already share the API link, the URL, so you can try it by yourself if you want. We're also going to share it on the other pages too.
That's great. I have a weird mall I just found out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. Well, thank you guys. You did it great. Okay, so okay, perfect. So we are going with the next team, which is the Maya project. Okay. So Frederick, are you guys there? Perfect. Josh.
Hi, Josh.
You are not from this project. Okay, Sophia, are you there? Arturo, okay, Arturo is here. Perfect. Okay, so I think this is a very cool project because it's for those who like archaeological stuff or ruins stuff or historical stuff. I think they did an awesome job. So please welcome Maya project, and I give the microphone to you guys.
Thank you, Fer. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Well, can you share your screen, Frederick, so we can start the presentation?
Steps 4, 5, and 6 in the decision making.
Excellent. Well, hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey to uncover hidden Mayan structures using our AI application. First of all, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Maya culture. The ancient Maya civilization was one of the most advanced of its time, with a complex system of writing, mathematics, and astronomy. I want to tell you three different facts about them. Well, first of all, is that the Mayans were the first one to conceive the concept of zero. This is an important achievement because we nowadays we use that number. And it's a very important one. The second point is about the La Danta structure that you can see on the image. It is located at El Mirador archaeological site, which is the world's largest pyramid by volume. Um, as you can see in the image, it is surrounded by a lot of trees, and the structure was submerged in the Guatemalan jungle for centuries. So archaeologists had a difficult time to unveil the how was it made, what the structures were, and where those parts are contained. So LiDAR has been a key to understand the structure. You may be wondering what LiDAR is. Well, LiDAR is a technology that uses laser beams to measure distance and create 3D maps. And finally, the third one is that the sudden fall of the Mayans remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in the history. Um, Next, it is estimated that there are still about 1,000 structures that remain hidden. Many of these undiscovered marbles are under forest, which make their detection quite difficult for conventional technologies like satellite because the clouds cover all the area. However, nowadays LiDAR is used mounted in drones, and this can help us because the drones can navigate through the trees. Okay, so what was our challenge? Our challenge was to detect different ancient Mayan structures that haven't been found. So we created an application that can help us first find these structures and then classify them. Uh, so how did we do this? First, well, we follow these 4 steps. I will share the detail in a minute to you, but basically we used almost 2,000 LiDAR images to train our model. Then we trained the YOLO model, which is a popular object detection algorithm. Then we acquired the data from Open Topography, which is a provider that gave us high resolution topographic data, and they collected this data through LiDAR, and the model was used to locate and identify ancient Maya structures, including buildings, platforms, and aguadas. So, into detail, for the training, we use these LiDAR images from the region around Chactún, Mexico, in the south of the country. And this data set contains almost 2,000 tiles, and each tile has a separate mask from aguadas that are water reservoirs, buildings, and platforms. For our product, we use YOLO. What is YOLO? YOLO is a computer vision algorithm used for object detection. It helps computer identify and locate objects in images or video. Imagine that this is a super smart assistant that with a glance can identify what's in an image and where is it. So basically, how YOLO works is it first divides the picture into a grid, as you can see on the image in the presentation, and each grid cell will focus on a specific part of the picture and try to guess if there's an object there. In each grid cell, YOLO predicts 2 important things. The first one is the probability that there's an object present in the image, and the second one is the coordinates of that object. As you can see in the image, it is like drawing a rectangle around the platform or the building, and it shows where it is. And finally, for our test data, we use the Usumacinta region dataset from Open Topography. It is a set of 60 gigabytes, almost 4,000 tiles, and each tile represents an area of 500 meters by 500 meters. So as you can see, we have a lot of data, and that's how we managed to find different structures in this part of the country. And last, we develop an application that detects and classifies algorithms. Also, it can be trained to detect anything, and it can be used, for example, in autonomous vehicles, surveillance and security, etc. And now my teammate Frederick is going to explain you how it can be used.
Okay, so basically, so I hope you are seeing my screen. We are working with a data set located here in Yucatan, in Mexico City. So you have the extent of the whole data set that is here. And so we designed images to enhance contour detection. So that means that each tile, each image that we are creating from the LiDAR is geo-referenced. So we have one layer for the latitudes and longitudes, and we have 3 different layers to create the image for contour detection. And so everything is geo-referenced. So okay, sorry. So you can see that every tile can be really well positioned in the whole data set. So now, if we are looking to the API itself, so we made it very very simple for you, so very easy to use. So first, you have to upload directly the LiDAR data. So you have just to drag and drop so your file here, and here you can choose a confidence interval level. So here it's set at 40%, but it can be higher or lower if you want to detect more or less structures. And then all you have to do is take your LiDAR data. So this is this LAZ file, and you drag and drop it, and then you hope for the best. So easy peasy, nothing fancy. So once you have uploaded the data, so we created a visualization of the tile, so you can have a whole view of what is in your section of the data set. You can even remove the vegetation if you want, the low vegetation, high vegetation, and only see the ground, for example, if you are interested in this. And then, so we are creating here the what we call the tile with the different layers. And here, so the model has detected an aguada, so a water reservoir. And if you continue to scroll down, so you have its exact location in the data set. So you know that here, the tile that you selected, there is a detection, a structure detected. If you want to go there later, of course, you have to pinpoint a precise location. And so that's why here, so congratulations, we have detected one structure, and we have the exact latitude and the exact longitude. So every time you detect a structure on a tile, everything is stored in a file. And then when you go on site, you can visit these specific locations, and you can verify if it's a new location or if it's an old location, or if will be able to discover new things. So this is what we developed. We made it very simple and very easy to use. And so this is our product. So now you just have to grab the boots and go into the jungle. Thank you.
Awesome. It looks awesome, guys. Perhaps you can find Moctezuma's treasure someday, even though he wasn't there, right? Does anybody have any question, any comment regarding Maya's project? It looks awesome, by the way. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
This course, have you thought about going to help out the Mayan train project in the Yucatan?
Yeah, did you hear it or not? No, okay. Actually, if you want to come here and ask, oh, if it's not very messy, no, okay, perfect. Yeah, so so they can see your face.
Hi, how are you? I took the data science course last year. I'm here to
Okay.
to hang out. Yeah, very interesting project. I myself, I live in Cancun, so
Okay.
there's a lot of development over there right now with the Mayan train project. So after this course, have you thought about offering a project to the Mayan train project so you can volunteer or work there? This is
Oh,
very
okay.
good.
Okay. No, we
Yeah.
are. So it works. It's very simple to adapt the code for very big data sets. So the only thing is to have so new lidar data. So usually it takes just 1 or 2 or 3 days to obtain this data. But I think yes, it would be great to go on site and use it and to
Yeah, it'd
verify.
be very helpful because there's some protests happening right now, and then there are some people at pro development. So your project can really help out.
Okay, good to know.
Good job.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
Comment.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so, nor what is anybody else who wants to say something?
Well, you know,
Yeah, go ahead.
guys, you know, Anna, she's gonna. I have a question. So, because I got lost in your training set, and I was wondering. Actually, first, love that you have an icon or a logo. It's beautiful, great work. So, my question is, the data set you used to train your YOLO, was it only with already discovered or and uncovered pyramids and places, or did you also used places that we know that exist but haven't been uncovered?
Okay, so Chactun area is a well-known Mayan city. So there are a lot of structures, and so we use the data set because they were so the team that got the lidar data from. So worked with archaeologists just and to identify every single structure on every single image. So it took them around, I think it's 8 months to identify all the structures, and we used their tiles, their work to train our model.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so anybody else? No? Okay. Thank you, Frederic. Thank you, Arturo. Thank you, Sofia. You did an
Okay.
awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute this because the next theme is actually here. So we have extreme poverty here in Mexico. First of all, guys, I want to take a minute to thank you for this project because it takes a very, I don't know how to say it, hard or important matter in our country, and the fact that you are willing or using your project to help the people that finds themselves in this kind of economic situation, it's like very I don't know. I just want to say that I recognize all the effort that you did and the value that this will bring to these kind of instances. And thank you. It is a very altruistic project. Okay. So Sophia gave me, no, I'm sorry, Elvira gave me the link to open this. Give me just 1 second because they have this here. No, yeah, this is the link that you gave me. It's just that I don't have Slack here in my computer, so I had to open it through WhatsApp. And here we have it. This is the one, right?
Yeah.
¿Se puede cambiar qué? I don't know how to do it, sir. Oh, yeah.
As you wish.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Just, yeah, enter to the... You know how to do it? Oh,
Yep.
That's how you do it. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. So it'll do it right. So, as first said, like we wanted to do this out of not altruistic, but seeing how the things we were learning in the last 6 months could be used in another non-techie environment. So for this, we put ourselves into the shoes of a consultant and ask ourselves, like, okay, so if Mexico government will hire us, how could we help them? How could we help the government to make better data-driven decisions in order to allocate better the resources, the limited resources a government has? So as you may know, like, it's not a secret, Latam has a poverty issue, and it poses a significant challenge. Actually, according to Coneval is a Mexican institute that measures poverty. Roughly 40% of this country's population lives in some type of poverty. Why do I say some type? Because we measure poverty into 6 different dimensions or indicators, and in this project, and in this project, we will focus in one of those, that is the labor poverty. Labor poverty, if you do not know, are those people that, although they have an income, they have a salary, that salary is not enough to cover their basic needs, such as food and services like water. Yep. Okay, so they are not seeing.
In YouTube.
Okay.
It's just that since this is not stranger. Ah. Sorry, guys.
User interface from the Wagon students are way better than the pros.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the strength front end. It just yeah. It looks the same. It's just that in YouTube is not. Let's see.
Maybe Elvira can share screen. Ah.
Creo que sí. A ver, ¿se ve? Estoy presentando en pantalla.
No, es que Mariana.
Goodness.
Are we having screen share issues?
No sé si Elvira está en. Ella se ve.
Aún no se ve. De la.
Bien, es que en YouTube no se ve. Pero aquí es un link.
Sí, pero Frederick estaba compartiendo su pantalla. Como antes, como algo donde nosotros compramos algún antes especial para.
O Mariana, ¿se ve mi pantalla ahorita? ¿No se ve?
Ah, sí.
Sí, estoy personal. Ah, que pues entonces no se ve.
Ah, ok, sí, creo que sí. O sea, lo tengo aquí en el sacar. Fíjate que te.
Ok.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for that, but well, Mike. No, the camera is turned on.
But here we have it. And here we have it.
Okay. So, like nobody saw me in the last minutes?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Okay, so we had some technical difficulties, but I hope you could all hear that. And a little recap, we put ourselves into some consultants' shoes so as to see how we could evaluate poverty in Mexico due to the significant challenges poses to the country, right? Okay. So to do this, we developed our project into three parts. The first one is a data visualization dashboard with some historical information for Mexico labor's poverty. Then we make some useful insight with our data analysis lectures and skills that we learn. And as a third and last but not least, we did a modeling that forecasts future labor poverty index in Mexico. So as you can see here, I'm going to show you a little bit fast because all the time. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, okay, so perfect. We're going to put some states, or can you give me the computer? Maybe it's easier. Thank you. Okay. So we have here some states.
As you can see, we can in this interactive line graph, we could
The audio is here.
yeah okay. We could type whatever state we want. Maybe well, we have Baja California Sur, but also we could type whatever we want. I don't know, Hidalgo. So we can see that how in history how this historical labor poverty has evolved. We can make a little zoom and to see what's happened. After that, well, maybe we have in here, as you can see, the a little gap in the data. That's because due to COVID, INEGI stopped this type of data gathering. So that's why we have this lost data. But maybe we can look up the date before COVID starts. It's December 39, so maybe we could look up to the quarter of November 19 for COVID starts. And then here we have the heat map for Mexico's poverty in that specific date. After that, well, maybe we want to see in January 22 how the things are going. Spanish. And then we can see that the heat map changed color. I don't know if you could see, but actually, for example, San Luis Potosí, more and more states in the center Mexico actually became a darker color, meaning that their poverty indexes have increased. And now on for the useful insights, my teammate Adrian is going to talk.
Thanks. So yeah, that 18 years worth of data we have. We only used the last 10 years, mainly to better reflect behaviors in our data. Precisely because of COVID, which we know this behavior in such a way that it would be really difficult for us not to properly tackle. Actually, just for you to have a look at it as a pretty quick side note. Here's a bar graph showing how long it's taken for each of the states in Mexico to actually recover, get back to pre-pandemic levels of poverty. The length of the bar being how long it's taken for each state to recover. The red ones being the ones that haven't recovered at all, or at least not fully. And as you can see, a third of the country has just not. It took at least 2 years to actually recover, and there is another third of the country that hasn't recovered at all. So it's a pretty shocking view, and it's important. It was important for us to consider that during our modeling process to get a piece of data that actually reflected these changes, right? So for our model, well, using this data, we came up with a little graph here showing regarding the technicalities for this model. We will leave that for the Q&A stage in case you guys are interested in that. But what matters here for this graph is, well, it's an updated graph, just like the one that you were previously shown a bit ago, plus a short dashed line showing the predicted trend, either positive or negative, for each of the states across the whole country for the next 2 years, right? So our main focus here, as you can see, is not exactly getting to pinpoint the exact values of poverty, but rather have a grasp, a firm grasp of the trend each state is going to have, so that policymakers can actually revert that trend, or just keep up with a good working case that the trend is negative, right? Making the poverty rate go down. And well, our main goals for this final graph are two. The first one Jim already mentioned. We're trying to make sure the decision makers in the country actually can get this data and similar tools so that they can actually make the right decisions when it comes to allocating resources in areas where it's needed most. And the second one would be set a precedent, to set a milestone other people to actually encourage the use of social research for actually an improvement in Mexican society as a whole. I think it's been a really good challenge for us. It's actually opened up a lot of our own views on what poverty is and most importantly what it isn't. And we hope that with this project, more initiatives like this will come and it will help actually shed a brighter light on what poverty is and how to tackle it. So that's it. Thank you so much. Any questions? Yes, Savvy. Any questions?
Compliments, commentaries.
I'd love to know about the model that you skipped for this part, especially if you have time and the willingness to tell us about it. I also realized that from the states we looked at, each and every one on 21 way higher than what the trend happened to look like. Did you guys figure something out about it? Is the government lying to us?
No.
Yes, but okay.
Because of COVID.
Yeah, okay.
So you can give more context on it.
Yeah, so mainly the reason why we have this gap is because due to the restrictions and well, the huge aim that it became the whole country during the first month of the pandemic, it seemed like much of the data that was supposed to be regularly collected was not collected for this quarter, and actually we see that reflected in other sources that it just all outright stopped for some reason. And well, there's a pretty clear reason, right? But that's the reason. And as to the model, well, we wanted to leave it like layman friendly, so that you don't really have to go that deep into the technicalities when it comes to the model. But yeah, we chose a deep learning approach rather than a Riemann model, just make the modeling process more concise. What we saw during our predictions is that around 80% of the predictions made were below the 2% absolute error threshold, which was a fairly accurate prediction from our end. You can also see that there is a pretty smooth line there. There are no peaks, there are no valleys there. But again, as we said earlier, that's because we realized that if we focus a little bit more on the trend, we would get more accurate results. And so that's why you see it move around.
I'm assuming that INEGI is the one in charge of all the data. Have you approached them already?
No, like in this case, for example, INEGI is the one that recollects the data, then Coneval takes it, they clean it a little bit for the use, and we use Coneval's data because it's a little bit cleaner than INEGI's. Yeah. It is. Yeah, we don't want to work with data. But it's raw data. I mean, there's the potential to use something there, but it's messier.
You will cry.
Yeah, I think it'd be at least a month of data.
Thank you, guys. Anybody else? Another comment? Question? Okay, congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Good job, guys.
That's Elvira's, no? Okay, last but not least, we have the Civico team, which is also here. I will give the pod to Luis and Marta and company. The URL that you're going de que vas a usar, ¿lo tienen ahí? ¿Dónde ustedes quieren?
Sí, va a ser
Ok.
So we are Civico team, and I want to present you. So first, what's the problem? Well, the problem is access to both data. Improve, but being an informed citizen is still hard. To be a citizen, we need more than just info. So we want to, as you can see in the image, the information is here, but for example, it's you can find the information about our senators on this website, but as you yes. So as you can see, you can find the information about our senators here, but I think it's very difficult. So if you want to find one that are agree with your interest, it's very difficult because you need to read all the information about the interest. For example, here you can see all the senators, but as I said, you need to read all the information about this. So Civico wants to change that.
Okay, so how do we want to propose to solve this problem? Well, starting first in Mexico, but then we can expand to other countries. We want to come up with a solution that is impartial. This means that it's not biased to any political party. It has to be user-friendly and it has to be reliable. Okay, so this solution is called Civico. It's an artificial intelligence tool developed by citizens for citizens. And the main purpose of this tool is that with the help of technology, we make our citizens more informed and more politically active. They have to, we want them to come out and vote for, for all our different senators or our presidents. As you know, many of the, statistics about people that goes out and vote, it's not, very very good for our country. Many people don't want to do that right. And once that's explained, let's go to the technical side of our project. So as Marta explained, we extract our data from the government API. The next step is to organize that data into a data frame that is usable. After that, we pre-process it. This means cleaning it, getting rid of all words that are not useful or spaces or, that stuff with strings. After that, we need to summarize it. There are a lot of proposals from our senators, and that includes a lot of text. For this, we used a large language model called Beto. Beto is one of the most popular languages for summarizing in Spanish. Then we do the embeddings of all of those summaries by vector. Well, we use a technique called vectorization. And lastly, we generate our API and we do the cosine similarity matching to get as a result the top senators from from the results we're giving to the system.
Yeah. So the end result of that is this app. That's as we mentioned, it's called Civico. But how does it work? So it's just 3 simple steps. First, you tell us in a few words your interests and worries regarding your senators. Basically, anything that comes to your mind that you want your senator to know or you would like to tell to your senator. After that, we on our end, through natural language processing techniques, we analyze proposals from your senators. These proposals, as we already mentioned, were previously summarized by Beto, the large language model. And after that, we just make the matching, get the senators that better matches your input, your text, and return to you. Alongside that, we return you senators data useful to you, stuff like how you can contact them, proposals they work on, and other useful data we're gonna show you in a bit. So this is Civico. Sorry if there's someone that doesn't speak Spanish, but I'll just let you know what it says. Okay, so basically you can see there's a text box in there. The only thing we need to do is place our thoughts in there, something we want to match our senators by. In this case, the example we already have, it's regarding education. So I just basically state that for me, the most important thing is education. And I think it's necessary to improve access to quality education. So from that prompt, you could say, we get these senators. So the best match was apparently Indira Kempis Martinez. You can see the political party, the state, percentage of assistance, contact info, and we also give you a bullet point summary of the proposals that matches your input. So in this case was education. So I can see the first one, for example, she proposes to establish that the national educative system considers education in privacy matter and protection of their data. Very kind of hard to traduce in real life, but well, you get the point. So you get a summary of bullet list summary of the proposals that matches what you want to get info about. We can try another one, maybe another prompt. Let's say I'm worried about fishing, illegal fishing going on. I'm very, very worried about the sea species. So in here, what is my typing is that I don't like that illegal fishing is not well regulated. I would like that, well, just finish for it to wait for it to finish. I would like that activities like fishing will be better regulated. So let's see what we get from that. Okay, it's just telling that it's checking initiatives, proposals. And we get the best match is Raúl de Jesús Erenes Angulo. And some of the associated initiatives, well, I don't know if I should traduce it again. That didn't went well last time, but yeah, you can see there's some stuff related to fishing, agriculture secretary, national fishing card. I don't know how to traduce that. But yeah, I just get a lot of proposals regarding to fishing. So that's a core idea. You just enter your thoughts and we give you senators that match your thoughts and their proposals associated to what you want to get. Well, Lastly, join us on our attempt to rebuild trust in democracy. Need your help to start making Civico a reality. So, thank you.
Awesome, guys. Again, anybody have a comment, question, compliment?
Should they
Good luck to making this information public. You know, next year is going to be an election. A lot of senators will be looking for a public charge, and making this data public to citizens may have the effect of voting for each senator.
What? Sorry, I didn't get what do you mean by making the data?
Making this public?
Yeah, like you can access the site right now, and actually the data we use is directly from the government, so anyone can access. We just make it easier to get to it. That's a big. That's a huge just, but yeah, yeah.
Nice. Anybody else? Oh, yeah.
So the better model is good for Spanish when it comes to natural language processing in deciphering the message.
Yeah, but the experts in better are actually Isma and Marta, so I don't want you want to tackle that question.
Beto is better than ver because it's in Spanish. It's especially in Spanish. So that's the reason that we can use beto instead of ver. Also, I did some trials with ver, but we prefer beto.
Congratulations.
Okay, so yes.
I love that. I also would like to see it. I mean, I know you already finished the project and whatnot, but I'd love to see like the top 10 or top 5 other or most important votes that this senator did, even though it has nothing to do with my question, because maybe we agree on education or nature or whatnot, but he's voting everything else, and I don't agree with it. So it'd be cool since you already have all the data and the processing.
Yeah,
power, right?
that's a really good point and something we need to find the best way to tackle because initially we did it like that, but some senators just have a ton of data, so it became kind of difficult to read through all and all proposals. But I agree with what you say. We need to find a way to like give you
Sentiment analysis on
exactly
the 5 top topics, right, or something like that. No, it was just an idea because it's beautiful, and it was like, oh, this would be just the cherry on top of the cake, you know?
No, totally agree.
Great job.
Great one. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, guys. Okay, so that's it. This